Oh, fuck. Ugh. What?
That's right. That's what we are. And that's what everybody better be. On the move. The time for excuses is over. This old time for excuses is over. This old
What up? I'm doing debugging our app live now. I noticed you have a new profile. Congratulations on your promotion to to royalty. Yes, let's check it out. Yeah.
A couple of hours a day and then that's it. It's not something you deal with 5 days a week and then take a break from on the weekend.
Oh man, you're going all out baller now, man. All right.
Are involved in revolution.
I mean, it does catch the eye, and it's kind of funny that the crown doesn't quite fit your head either. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try a lot of things, but today I think the Artsy Friday is coming up soon, right? So I think I'm just gonna like sit in while streaming. So I'm just kind of getting warmed up. I don't know what I'm gonna, Maybe it's possible I can do both at once. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, I was thinking, because like this stream is pretty much the same thing, right? Like as we do in Spaces. So it's just like, well, what happens if we combine the two? I'm hoping it won't mess things up, because all the audio routing and all that. But I think it'll be okay. Streamception, yeah, exactly, right? Man, you gotta, if you want to start a cult, you gotta get that, internal feedback loop, right? Where the followers cannot escape. They cannot escape Tezos everywhere they go. So I don't know, it's just faffle, right? Just faffle. Fuck around and find out. And meanwhile, this is a nice track. I like this. Meanwhile, I can, test out our app. Listen to some good music, Okay, I gotta figure this out. It's I don't know, this works for me too because I need to be doing this stuff anyway. So in some ways, if I do it on stream, this is like not that complicated. It's just like fixing, UI stuff here and there. But if I do it in public, then maybe I'll actually do it instead of procrastinating. Did your stream get flagged? Not yet. I don't think. No, but I did get a new subscriber from YouTube. Just slow. Yeah, it seems to be okay so far. I don't want to jinx it, but. Oh wait, look. Hold on. Speaking of streamception, look what Fendo is doing right now. Music and Education World, that's Fendo's stream. Yeah, see? He was running a successful YouTube channel for a while, from his you know, when I was making music tutorials. Let's listen to this instead. See, just blowing your mind. We're on a stream, on another stream, listening to another stream. So I like leaving it, you know, that's why I like leaving it loose, you know, you can like do whatever. Let's see, I'm gonna adjust this a bit. You can see it. And you know, he's a really good musician, right? So this should be cool regardless. Little morning jam with electron model samples. He's probably in the zone right now, but maybe he'll notice. You went to school with your brother in Boston. Yes, he did. That's the kind of weird, you know, we live in a small world. Yep, exactly. That was Berkeley School of Music, right? So your brother ain't no slouch either. Yep. No. But I think this is what I need to be doing, you know, because it's like when I get up in the morning, you know, sometimes it's like, sometimes it's hard to find the motivation, right? But it's like, just go on, you know. I did take a shower. I should wear pants, you know, just in case. But, you know, some days you're just like, I feel like a mess. But I mean, just go on and just like whatever. Even if no one shows up, like, you know, I can still work on other stuff. But it's but you know, the people do come, you know, like it's like, hey, what's going on, Ryan, you know, and like, so yeah, I haven't told people, too many people, and starting up again yet, but I think they'll notice, because I used to do this like every freaking day, like a few years ago. I was streaming for like 8 hours a day because I just wanted to get to that 1,000 subs, you know, and then yeah, if you do it enough, you'll eventually get there, even with like weird niche topics, but it is a grind. But this time, I don't know, I'm not gonna sweat it too much. Yep, it took me about 6 to 9 months streaming almost every day to get to 1,000 subs, you know. And they say it gets easier once you pass 10K or, you know. But by then, the things I was talking about was kind of falling, you know, it was becoming less relevant, so it is what it is, you know, you can't control. But was fun. You know, I had fun. Oh, you know, in a weird way, this is kind of how my life works. You know, it's like, so you know, okay, well, I didn't become a YouTube star, but it did catch the eye of a guy that eventually became my boss for my next job. You know, it's like, right, I really like the way you talked about housing. You know, you want to hang out, and like, oh, by the way, can you teach me how to do music? And I'm like, okay, sure. And then eventually I became his employee. So, you know, it paid off in a different way. You know, and I had that job for like 2 years. You know, it wasn't like a one-off thing. So. Isn't the viable route using streams for YouTube content? I don't know. It's hard because like things are changing all the time, right? What worked last year probably doesn't work anymore, you know? And so definitely it's been long enough to where, yeah, I don't think what I did will work anymore. It might, but you know, other than like being consistent, right? Being consistent is always effective, right? No matter what you're doing. But yeah, I don't know. You got to come up with like a marketing strategy and blah blah blah, right? If you wanna. But I don't know. I'll think about that later. It's just I have so many things to do. Like I can't. Like this is not going to be my full-time job. Like you know, just to be clear. But it is a nice, easy way to like kind of just promote. You know, even if it's just the people that you know, right? You love marketing, yeah, you do. That's kind of your thing. I'm like most artists, and I do not like it at all. So, but you gotta do it a little bit, you know. You gotta at least do a little, like at least so people know you're still alive, right? You love telling stories, yeah. Yeah, you do, and you do a very good job of that, you know. That's why you're the face, or the voice. No, you're also face of Tezos Commons. One of many faces, but you gotta admit you're one of the more prominent ones, right? Because people know your voice, right? Just Kryptonio also, right? Your partner in crime, but yeah, you know, there are a few people who are very forward facing, right? It's just kind of like, you know, people think me and Mao run Taya, you know? Just because we're just more out there, right? That's the only reason. People don't don't know who Merchant is. Merchant Capola, but they yeah, they don't know, man. I gotta do, I gotta give some attention. Very, very underrated artists, and they're the ones that came up with the idea to do the nonprofit, and it's brilliant. And they're always there to make sure that we are compliant. They're like, hey, make sure we get the budget in order, and making sure everything's in order, and you really need those people. Yeah. Let's see. But people don't know about Merchant. Core team member, by the way. But they're also a very good text artist. Let's see. I mean, these are all good, but see, look at this, man. It's brilliant. Like, it's text art. Which one was my favorite? Oh, yeah, this one. Success. If we look really closely, it's made out of failure. So awesome. I'm gonna post a link into the chat. I think a lot of people can resonate with this, right? I already own one, I'm pretty sure. What? I don't. What the? I showcased this at NFT NYC, but I didn't get one myself. What the hell? What am I doing, man? What? Really? Okay, see? Alright, see? I already found... See? This stream was already worth it. So I'm gonna collect this. 1 second. Let's see. Oh, because it's on object. That's why. That's why, yeah. I don't go to that site. All right, here we go. Let's see if the blockchain still works. Might take a minute or two. There I am. Okay, good. Now I'm part of the cool crew. Okay. Sure. No, I'll be there. See you in a bit. I know you got to prepare, so thanks for stopping by. Dun-dun. But I love doing these streams, yeah, especially with Tezos music, just like the vibe. It's like perfect. Oh, there's a crystal here. That crystal probably came from Flex. Oh yeah, oh man, oh, it's almost time, man. Time flies, huh? Yeah, you better go. See ya. Yeah, trying to fix it. Where is this? It's driving me nuts. This one. I can't. I just need to stretch this out a little bit. I mean, come on. Header open. Header. Oh, let me fix that thing first. Open. That's too much. Header. 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 Dig through open. Baker. Head there. $192. That should be like 170. $165. Almost. Cheap viewers on Streambo. Remove the space. Speed Overwatch. I guess it noticed I played that yesterday, even though I didn't tag it. Frickin' AI. What if I... that didn't do anything. Oh, it stopped. I wonder if he noticed if it was what was even there. Header, nav lists with 500 bajillion. In a weird way, that actually kind of worked. Because it's like, just stretched it out. You know what? It's good enough. I'm just gonna push it. Now, styling fix or mobile. And yes, we are pushing to Maine because that's how we roll. Staging area is for cowards, you know. That's a nice thing about being pre-launch. You know what I mean? Well, we were already live, but like we haven't let anyone know yet. Oh shoot. I'm gonna go. I need my phone just in case. All right, let's go. Streamception. Should be starting any moment. It's 11 o'clock. I should put like a little ad here, you know. Oh, man. It is now, right? I don't have the. Oh, yeah, no, I'm right.
On Tezos. And the last Friday of every month, we do a community call. So if anybody wants to come up on the last Friday of every month and just share whatever you got going on at Tezos, we'd be happy to hear from you. We, again, are just having a few technical difficulties getting started today. So I'm going to jump the gun and read a couple of our little announcements before we get things fired up with the opening music and our interview. For anybody that's looking to, stop doom scrolling and just know what's going on with Tezos, the Baking Sheet has you covered. It's a quick weekly digest that pulls together Tezos news, big project updates, and community
I love
highlights all in
doom
one email.
scrolling.
You can sign up at bakingsheet.tezoscommons.org. I'll read the other ones later. It looks like we do have Kryptonio up here, and I'm excited to get some music. How are you doing today, Kryptonio? Lovely, lovely.
Doing great, man. Doing great. Ready to stream some nice music from Linux.
Heck yeah. So this is actually music by our guest today, who we will get up here after we play the song. This is called Obsessivo. We will put the link in the pin at the top and hope you enjoy.
Yo quisiera saber si lo que siento yo lo sientes tú también, o solo soy yo. Miénteme de no ser así, de no ser así. Ya que estás aquí, otro día más en el que no estoy contigo. Soñando contigo, tú no estás, yo te busco y te sigo. Obsesivo, contigo obsesivo. Diciéndote toda la noche, cuando no estás, escucho tu voz y yo sé lo que siento, quiero saber. Lo sientes tú, lo siento, lo siento. Dime si sientes lo que siento, eso que tienes me atrapó. Otro día más en el que no estoy contigo, soñando contigo. Si tú no estás, yo te busco y te sigo. Obsesivo, contigo obsesivo. Yo quisiera saber.
There is a new poll just came out on Taya.
Miénteme, de no ser así, de no ser así, ya que estás aquí. Otro día más
Oh,
en
we
el que no estoy
definitely need
contigo.
this.
Soñando contigo, si tú no estás, yo te busco y te
uh,
sigo. Contigo obsesivo, pensándote toda la noche. Cuando no está ya, escucha
I'm
tu
voting
voz y
for
yo
that.
sé.
Yes,
Sé
for
lo que
sure.
sientes, quiero saber. Lo sientes tú, lo sientes, lo sientes. Dime si siento lo que siento. Eso que tiene me atrapó. Miénteme. Otro día más en el que no estoy contigo. Soñando contigo. Si tú no estás, yo te busco y te sigo. Obsesivo, contigo obsesivo.
Absolutely beautiful song. I listened to it like 5 times this morning.
It's a
And
nice
I,
song.
as always, recommend that if you liked how that sounded through a space, you will absolutely love how it sounds if you go to Object, put on some headphones, and just enjoy the full song from start to finish the proper way. And I encourage everybody to do that more in general with the music on Tezos because you can find some absolutely stunning, just like every other form of art, on Tezos. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, Nenex. That is an incredible song, Obsessivo, your most recent release. How are you doing today?
Hi, how you doing, Yoshi? Thank you for this opportunity, for inviting me. I'm really grateful. Hi, everybody in the community. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Always a good day when it starts with music, and absolutely appreciate what you've put out so far on Tezos. I'm curious if you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself in your own passion. We'd love to hear from you first, and then we can kind of dive in.
Yes, for sure. Well, okay, I'm Nena. I'm a visual artist and musician from the Venezuelan Andes, and today I'm based in the south of France. I asked for the refugee status here a few years ago, and I got it. So I'm living here for a couple of years now.
Who is
And
she?
well, I keep doing art, visual art especially, and music. So it's a mix. I always say it's multimedia art. So I always try to mix a little bit of different forms of art, like audiovisuals, photography,
Speaks Spanish but
collage,
lives in
drawing,
France now,
painting.
I think.
And I started using, I discovered actually Web3 and all the whole ecosystem back in 2021. Thanks to a great friend of mine, which he's Venezuelan also. He's an artist too. He sent me one Teso, and that's where the journey started, and I never stopped. So I remember when I used to mint my art on Hiket Nonk, then in Hen Radio, and that's it. I think the journey, it will continue, and I will keep exploring and experimenting. I really love the Tezos community. It's actually my favorite one. It's been so supportive. I've found such a great community, such great support. I've met some new friends, new allies, music and artistic allies. So I'm really, really happy for that. Really, really grateful. And it keeps going. So that has opened also the opportunity to collaborate with other artists. So that's, I think, one of the most amazing things of the Tezos community, because it's really open. It's really how do we say this in English? I'm sorry, guys, because I'm living in France. I speak Spanish, so I confuse like French, Spanish, English. It's kind of a
As I
mix in my head.
always tell artists and guests in the space, do not apologize for your English. It's better than all the languages I can't speak. And it's like
She's
frankly
better. She's
embarrassing the
better
more
than
and more I hear how
speak
well
better
people speak English
English.
and still apologize for their English. Just stop. You're doing great.
Thank you,
Better than
thank
the
you, thank
people
you.
that live here.
So yes, I really appreciate the Tezos community and all the friends and people I've met here. Shout out to my friends and all uh, my friends and all of obviously the community Musical W3, which I'm a founder, one of the founders. Shout out to Harry Max and Investor Felix, who's down here. Thank you for coming and listening to me and supporting me always. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful. I appreciate the intro and really, really sentimental. Fully relate on a personal level. We're very aligned artist wise in like our journeys and what we are into, which makes me want to like kind of initially ask, where did it begin for you? Like, how old were you? What was the first thing you made? Was it music? Was it visual? Like, where did it all begin?
I think I've always been interested in art since I was a child. I even have like pictures of me when I was a little baby, a little child, like 3 or 5 years old, playing a little guitar that my father gave me. Um, I used to watch a lot of Art Attack, which is like this TV show. I don't know if you know it. Art Attack in Disney Channel, I think. I used to do a lot of inventions, with my hands. So I think I've always been interested in that. It's the only thing I've always wanted to do in my whole life. Um, and I've started by making art. Actually, I started by drawing and painting. Thanks to my mom. My family has always been so supportive with me, which is uh, I'm lucky because I know a lot of stories that are the contrary. So I
Yeah,
really appreciate that
family's
my
important.
family's been really supportive about it. So I started making art and then I started making music like at 12 years old with the piano. That's the first instrument I got to learn all by myself. I've always tried to learn all by myself, and then thanks to my mom and my friends who always like encouraged me to go further, I started like studying. I went to college also. I have a visual arts degree. um, I studied 5 years and I graduated in 2017, just a year before I left my country. So yeah, I've been giving my whole life into art.
That's absolutely beautiful. And I love to hear that it was such a blend from such young age. And piano, I feel like, is what I used to tell people is that it's like the perfect introduction to being a musician because it lays out music theory like in order, like the alphabet. And so, like, there's always that deeper connection I feel when people are introduced to piano at a young age.
Yes, I agree. I think if you learn to play piano, you can learn every other instrument. Actually, you flow in a way that if you start doing other instruments, you won't understand it as much as if you started with the piano. So I highly recommend to start with the piano. Even if you learn by yourself, you're gonna discover like it's gonna open a portal for you.
Absolutely. That's well said. And it's like the hands on version of learning music theory for people that are hands on learners, especially. When it comes to the combination of the two, I know from personal experience that making music demands visual art, you know? So, like, when did you have your first aha moment that you could take those two somewhat separate skills and combine them? And how did that translate over when you discovered Tezos?
That's a really, really good question. I think I used to do music like in a not in an interested way to like publishing it or sharing it with others. I just did it because I liked it, and I just practice and explore with my friends, and I just created things every time. The same with art. I never like did it to show it, or to expose it or exhibit it. I only did it because it makes me happier. It makes like inflame my passion. I don't know how to say this. It makes me so full. It makes me really happy. So I never did it for a commercial or like a you know exhibition purposes. So I think that changed when I went to college and I started like hearing all the comments and like all the support from my friends and people who really liked what I was doing, and they encouraged me to like show it. So I started like, okay, I'm gonna take it this more seriously and start joining together the two worlds, music, and how can I give an image, to this? How can I make a cover art? How do I represent what is in the song or what is in this album or EP that I'm constructing? So I started doing like abstract art because I've never liked. I used to do it, but I've never liked figurative art, like realistic art. I had to study it and practice it because it's one of the like the first things you have to do in college actually, and in life, because you have to master it. But I always liked like fragments and little pieces of things, to make it more mysterious and more contemplative. So I started like joining these two worlds together, and I don't consider also my music to be really like in only a one genre. you know I consider it to be like really mixed, just like my art. And it started to make sense to me to make my own cover arts, and like relating it to the songs. And in Tezos, it was a really crazy discovery for me because I didn't understand the ecosystem at first. I didn't understand what was Web3, what do we do in this space, or how can we sell our art, because I never did it before. Um, I only collaborated with other artists or show a little bit in like college exhibitions or things like that, like more intimate. And I never thought about showing images of it, even if I had a bunch, because I love taking pictures of my art and then studying it. Like I look back in my older art pieces, and it's like, whoa, I've come so far, and I'm doing better right now. Like you polish your own art and you start like really really perfection it.
I really fully like resonate with what you're saying there, and that it's absolutely it's empowering to have that full circle moment where you realize it all can come together to create this art installation is what I see them as. Like what we're putting out when we have this full intention of the visual combined as an enhancement and accompaniment of the music, that's all one body of work. It's really,
IDK.
I'll say it a billion times and never feel like I'm saying it enough. It's really undervalued and underrated and underrecognized in the space. I think, we're still super early, and that's fine. But I'll never stop saying it because from the bottom of my heart, I continue seeing real life validation of that theory.
Yes, yes, totally. And it's actually also like your life becomes the 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 art, like your lifestyle is also artistic, and you start to take it more seriously, and it becomes more like a full circle. It becomes more senseful. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. So I have this friend who likes technology a lot, and he's really tech friendly, and he started to talk to me about Hiketnunk and all the Tezos community and the Tezos ecosystem. And I was really like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I want to try, like I want to just go into it and try it. And he sent me one Teso, and that's where all started. There's the first piece I minted. It's actually on my object profile, so you can check it out. It's like a GIF, like a little animation I did, and it's actually a collage art I did. I
I,
like
I I almost selected that one for the gem thread, but when it comes to posting spotlights on social media, I always end up biased towards the square format. So which is why I ended up out of the three choosing Floresilas. Is that how you say that?
florecillas. Yes, yes. That's one of my favorite paintings in my whole life I've made. So
It's
thank you for sharing.
it's
Thanks a
absolutely
lot.
beautiful, and it's like I find it to be a really unique testament to your story on Tezos that your first pieces are so visually dominant, especially with something physical like a painting.
Yes, yes. Actually, all my pieces, my art pieces in Tesos are physical art. They're not digital. I started doing some other digital more recently, but all of them are physical. And that's other thing that I've discovered that gives a little bit of more of value. I think just in this is my opinion, because I know that there's a lot of people who love digital art, and I also love digital art, but I don't know, like physicals are really valuable for me, and I actually have a lot of those pieces with me. So I really appreciate that I get to publish them and to share them in other way than just to have them here with me. So I think that's the opportunity that Tezos and this community has given me to show my art in another way.
I absolutely agree. And it's one of those spots where there's a whole debate still being had. But in my eyes, when it comes to physicals that are created as like additions on Tezos for affordable, I don't see that any different as like, unlimited edition prints for a painting in real life that somebody would sell at like an art festival's booth. So like to me it's like the comparison of that, and the only reason I'm saying that is because my next question is, have you ever done physical redemption for any of your art on Tezos?
I think I haven't, I haven't found like a person, or maybe this person hasn't found me yet to make this kind of exchange. But I hope to do it, because I really love to make, like, for example, a 101, and give also the physical piece. I'd love That's one of like my goals in Tezos. So I'm
100%.
looking forward to, yeah, yeah.
I'm really big into it as well. I feel like it brings it. It's another version of kind of bringing it full circle, where it like makes it that much more real and describable for people in your real life, and it's just another example of how we can kind of bridge the gap. And for me personally, I have a lot of hand-me-down art, so our house feels like a museum. Like it's just like all these like honestly overly gaudy frames with like contemporary and classic art, And a goal of mine is over the years to replace it all slowly but surely with hand curated pieces, mostly from Tezos artists that I can get physicals from. And of course, I sprinkle in some of my work too, like Brittany and my collage collabs on the wall. But that is something that I'm a little obsessed with, and have started an art wall. So I'll be keeping an eye on some of your one of ones for sure. That's actually that I wanted to kind of go back real quick, rewind to your the song we started with, and kind of talk a little bit because it was in the gym thread about the visual for it. Um, because to me, it's a great example of what we were talking about a moment ago, where it's like a full package. It's a body of work. So if you'd like, I'd love to hear your perspective on the piece that we used in the gym thread.
Florecillas. Yes, this piece was actually commissioned from my aunt. She used to have some paintings in her house that were a little bit ugly, a little bit old, and she bought it from like a vintage market in my city, Merida, which is an Andean city in Venezuela. And it's really funny because this market is really famous, but painters do paintings like with already with that design. It's almost like what these street art people do. I don't know how to say this in English. Stencil, like an extensil, you know they do it with already a thing that's made, and they just paint it on top.
I'm blanking on the word you're looking for, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, like it's a model that's already made, and you just paint on top of it. So they repeat and repeat the same paintings, and they sell it, which is a little bit, a little bit. I don't feel it's really cool, but it's people like it. People like it, and they feel like they take a little bit of my city to their houses by buying those pieces, etc. So she bought these paintings, and she was like tired of them. Like, I see those paintings in the whole city, everybody has these paintings, so I want you to do something on top of them. Can you repaint these canvases, etc., etc.? And I was like, yeah, for sure, I can do it. What do you want me to paint? Like, do you have like a theme or something? And she was like, yeah, I want like some flowers, like something pretty, something colorful for my living room, blah blah blah. And I took the painting, and I actually used the font, like the already what's painted. If you look closely, you will see the painting behind what I paint. So I just intervened the canvas, and I made some new flowers. Like, I took inspiration from Van Gogh, and I made this colorful bouquet of flowers that actually don't exist. They don't, like, I invented those flowers because they're not like I couldn't say, oh, those are sunflowers or those are hibiscus flowers. I just invented the flowers and just draw and painted those into this canvas. I really love the combination of colors. I really love blue and like this turquoise blue, and I really loved also what's behind what I painted, because it gives like a depth, and it gives a texture also. It gives like a sense of history, like there's something behind it.
Yeah, I actually
And
hadn't noticed that that's what that was, and that's really cool to see. It gives it that kind of like layered effect that often we associate with digital art, um, but within a repurposing. That's really really cool.
Yeah, I get inspired by street art also, because if you go to the street and see the graffiti and all the, the papers one on top of the other, like it creates history, it creates like depth and all these fragments that's been taken off and put it on again, and you put something in on top of it, or you just draw something on it. I really love this type of intervention in art. So I take a lot of inspiration in that.
Really appreciate you describing that in detail. Real quick, I just do want to reset the room and thank everybody for being here. It's a beautiful room filled up with a lot of great faces, and appreciate every single one of you for tuning in as we chat with Nina. It's Nina, not NNX, correct?
Yeah, it's Nena. It's
Nina.
like a game of lyrics. I don't know.
I like
Uh,
it.
the, yeah, the X is like an A, but a
Okay.
punk, like a punk A.
Like a punk A. Well, this is Nina. We're discussing their art on Tezos and music, and I want to talk a little bit more about the musical Web3 community and stuff. But before that, I'm enjoying talking more about this gem thread, and I'm glad that you actually started with that. But the piece I was referring to, I'm really curious about the second one, the song that we played at the beginning, Obsessivo, with the heart with the gears, and that's a good example, I feel, of what we were talking about before.
Yes. This piece is actually a picture. I took a picture of another artwork I saw in Medellin, Colombia, back in 2021, 2022. It's actually an artwork that by I don't know who, because it didn't have like a legend, like a something to say this was made by ta ta ta, or where or what year. It was just there in like a mall, to decorate the entrance of the mall. And I said to myself, wow, like this heart is amazing, and it really moved. The gear moved, and it was in movement and all that. And I just took the picture, and when this song came out, like we were producing it, we actually produced another one. We're gonna release it soon also, and they're love songs. Actually, they're love songs, but a little bit like toxic love songs. So I said to myself, I want to use like a heart, something like a heart, but not like a normal heart, or like a something already used, or like an image from internet, or I didn't even wanted to use a drawing or a painting. So I used this picture and I edited to make it a little bit more mine, to make it a little bit more different. And I did this artwork for the song Obsessivo, and I think it turned out really, really, really cool. I really like it. Thank you for asking about it.
Absolutely. With the context of the song, it does feel like a statement of like that motivation and drive and fury and passion, even when it comes to, like you said, toxic love. And that's what it made me think of. And I think it's cool in the sense that you absolutely could have, taken this piece and animated it, but I don't think it needed it. It's perfectly, like, it says what it needs to say as a still image.
But now that you said it, it's a good idea for like a lyric video or something like that. I'm gonna think about it for sure. Thank you for the idea.
Absolutely. And that's one of those things that I've been just ridiculously having too much fun and spending way too many credits with AI. Especially now that you can do like opening and closing frames and stuff like that. My favorite use of AI is to take like a heavily intentional composition that I made by hand and then use it to animate it. And man, some of the results are just mind blowing. So much fun. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. If you wanted to make a perfectly looping like working gear factory in there, you could just give it the same start and end frame, and probably have a lot of fun with your results.
Yes, 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 totally. What do you use to animate it?
I'm still somewhat reliant on Leonardo AI, and my favorite model within it is still Motion 2.0 because it's affordable. They do actually have Veo 3 and a fast version of Veo. And the only thing I can't stand about that is that it takes out of its square format if you have something in square format that you give it as an input. So there's still things that you learn the hard way and like have to like alter and figure out which models to use. But yeah, Motion 2.0 within Leonardo, and then I also sometimes will pull up Crea.ai and use their variety of. They have
We are
tons of
watching
models available through there
Kryptonio.
for video animation.
We are watching.
Okay, okay,
We're
okay. Thank
always
you, thank
watching.
you.
The
I'll
blockchain
I'll
always
ask
knows.
later in your DM so I
Cannot
can
Sure.
take a note
cannot escape.
Yeah, I'll
of it.
send you some links. Absolutely.
I'm trying to be quiet,
Thank you,
but
thank you, thank you.
And I guess while we're on the subject, let's go ahead and close out talking about the gem thread. I'd love to hear more about the Luciana piece, this mixed photography, clipping, collage. It's really, really intriguing.
Yes, it was part of a project I made in college. I did like 500 pins, handmade
I'll go
pins,
get some tea.
and this Luciana
So
was one of these pins. I used
good time.
to use a lot of fashion magazines from my mom back in my house. So it has like a little pieces of like fabric and texture, and also I used to print my own art. Like I used to go to like a store to print my own drawings and paintings, so I can reuse them to use to make other collages. So it's like the result of that, of my own drawing and painting. I always use like these lines, black and white lines, because I like shadow and light. So it's like kind of like this representation of shadow and light, and yeah, a little bit of fashion and a little bit of street urban kind of flow, and a little bit mysterious as always. Like I never show everything. I just show a little bit so people can question themselves or like investigate a little bit or go a little bit further or maybe see other pieces I've made so they can find more sense in what I want to say. So yeah, it was part of this process of making a bunch of handmade pins that I gave away, by the way. I gave away all the pins, and then I used to watch people in my city with my pins. So it was really fun. I even get
Wow.
actually in right now. I have some friends that send me like, "Hey, I still have your pin," like, and they send pictures and they have it on like their bags or in their t-shirts, or it was a really really cool project, and I love making like cultural impact every time I that's what I try to do with my music and my art.
That's beautiful. I love that. And just to clarify, with this specific crop, is this then essentially a macro photo of the pin as it was? Or was there
Yes.
collage? Yes, okay.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
that's super
exactly.
cool. So, and it's a great example of something I try to tell my friends in real life when they're like trying to process NFTs. It's like quite literally like just like how a photographer can stage anything in the world and like put it in a frame and present it as art with intention, that anything can become an NFT in the same way. Like just because you have a physical collage, like my wife, who I know is listening down there as anonymous, like she could literally take her iPhone and like take a photo of a specific part of one of her collages and curate it as its own unique piece. And I just feel like that's one of those kind of missing links, and people kind of having that, oh, that's a cool extra thing we can do with things we've created. And I don't know, I love that. I absolutely love that, and I think this is a good example of that. Example of a use case is making iterations and derivatives of pieces that speak their own message.
Totally. I always say that to people, like, we have to be free, you know, like, we have to be free with the art and in life in general. So we can do whatever we want with our art and with our creations. And that's also what I tell to people when I try to onboard them into Web3. Like, you can literally take a picture of this and make it an NFT. And they're like, for real? Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it right now. Help me. Like, you know, because taking a picture is all so difficult, as you said. Like, you have to be really careful, and it has to be like a quality picture, you know. So even if it's something like a fragment or something already made, I try to take care of the details and the quality every
That's
time.
well said. And I appreciate the emphasis there, and actually makes me want to say something about the other end of that, which is that I absolutely feel like defending my community, like Tezos, and like there are absolutely times that I've told friends about this, and they've been like, "Oh, you mean I can just do this and put it up and make a quick buck?" And I'm like, "Actually, no, this isn't for you." you know, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
really does matter to most of the people I interact with that like that example is still done with care and intention and artsiness. You know.
Yes, totally. I think that's also an important thing to say. The intention you do things in life and in art. What's your intention? That's really important, for sure.
Real quick, I just have to give a shout out to Ryan Tanaka, who apparently is inceptioning the space. He, if you go to Ryan Tanaka's page, he is actually live streaming the space. It's a streamception.
Yes,
And
I
I've got to
am.
wonder if that's why the room isn't a little bit more full than usual of some less familiar faces. So thank you guys for continuing to innovate and figure out ways to spread the love and the word and the efforts of people in the Tezos community. The whole point of this show and many shows like it in the space are just to continue giving the artists and the community members a voice and an opportunity to be seen and heard and appreciated for the depth that is often not uh,
Streamception.
realized. And it continues to happen over and over and over again, where these artists come up and we hear these life deep, passionate, like
Oh, they can't
inspirational
see that
stories,
on Twitter.
regardless of how many followers they have.
Oh well.
From the smallest artist to the grandest artist, you're gonna find people with degrees and like serious intent behind what they're doing, and it's one of the things that continues making me love Tezos more and more. That being said, I just wanted to say thank you guys. This is Artsy Friday with Tezos Commons. We have Kryptonio here, co-hosting, DJing, and we have Nin X here as our guest today. Really appreciate every single one of you. Just a couple of reminders: if you are seeing people in the space going above and beyond, make sure to nominate them for the Tezos Community Rewards Program. It's our way of recognizing the people who show up, build, support others, and push things forward for the Tezos community. If someone's making an impact, let them know it counts. Nominate them at tezoscommons.org/rewards or tag their post with TezosCRP, hashtag TezosCRP. This helps make sure the contributors get the credit they earned. Another thing that's an ongoing initiative, this is my personal baby, is the Tez article. Uh, if you see artists in the space that inspire you, it's as simple as just going into the comments and hashtag Tez, capital ART, article. Every month, I read an article that spotlights 5 different artists in the space based on your nominations. I would like to continue making that list longer and longer so that we can just go every month to a wheel of names and pick 5 and give more and more artists in the space a special spotlight in article form. So if you have any artists in the space that are motivating you, inspiring you, or you just like their art, hashtag Tez article and tell them why. As you know, like that also means a lot. It can go a long way. Like, don't just hashtag. I mean, you can, but it takes a few more moments to be like, hey, I like this piece. This is why. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I just wanted to get those few announcements out. We can chat some more with Nina here. We will probably have an opening section here in a moment if anybody wants to come ask questions. And just a reminder that the questions today are to be directed towards Nina and their art experiences because we have the community call on the last Friday of every month for sharing your projects. Looks like we actually have a guest already up. What's up, Tech Mental? How are you today?
Hey, what's going on? Doing okay. Productive. What's up to all the freaks and geeks, all the usual suspects in the Tesla community? Hope everyone's doing well today. But yeah, just it's great to see Nana up on here on stage and getting her digital flowers. And she is a very important
I'll do it
component
later.
within the Tezos community, within the digital art and music community, and within the Spanish speaking community as well. She holds it down, um, just very much so. And I actually wanted to ask her a question, if I could do it in my broken Spanish, if that's okay with the council.
For
Absolutely,
sure, go
please.
ahead.
Hola, ¿qué tal, nena? Tech Mento aquí. Primeramente, qué bueno verte acá, aquí con todos nosotros y básicamente describiendo la historia tuya como artista, como persona, ¿no? Como una persona que ha pasado por todo en la vida para llegar a este momento, que con todo que te han quitado, con todo que te han dado es lo que era necesario para llegar acá, ¿no? Y con eso mucho orgullo, ¿sabes? Estar aquí contigo. Lo que quisiera saber es que creo que dijiste que eres de Venezuela. eh, ¿Cómo has cambiado el arte tuyo? ¿Cómo ha cambiado la inspiración tuyo? Que fue una cosa de ir de ahí, de Sudamérica, de ese, o sea, de ese lugar a Europa, a Francia, a París. Y cómo ha cambiado tu vista de inspiración como arte y cómo se ha ido a otros sitios. Era posible que usted quisiera que se quedara donde nació y tal vez el arte no ha cambiado, pero como en las cosas de la vida, cambió y llegaste a un sitio donde ahora la inspiración tuya, tu imaginación cambió por lo que sea el environment que cambió. So, sí, esa es la preguntita mía. Gracias.
Wow, thank you. Gracias, Techmantel. Un gusto conocerte, un gusto hablar contigo. Gracias por subirte y participar, hablar conmigo. Lo aprecio muchísimo. Tu pregunta está muy hermosa. I think I can translate it and respond in English so everybody can understand, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely
Sounds
appreciate
dope.
it.
He asked me how my art has changed since from Venezuela and now that I'm living in France. I don't live in Paris. I live in the south of France. I always go through to the south. I like the south. And I really appreciate your question and your intervention. I really appreciate it, and I thanks a lot. Thank you a lot. Thank you for your kind words and your appreciation. So my art in that moment when I was studying and taking it more seriously was a little bit darker in the moment when I was in Venezuela, because Venezuela is going through a dictature since, I don't know, 25 years, almost all my life. I'm 33 right now, and it's almost the only thing I know. So it was like a portrait of my situation and the context in my country. So that's what I always use, certain colors like black and white and red to represent a little bit the violence and the context of my story. It hasn't changed a lot, actually, but now I use more colors. I'm trying to expand a little bit my vision and to learn about colorigraphy. I don't know if that exists in English, but I'm trying to learn a little bit more about combinations and all the psychology of the color and how to
What is?
integrate.
Sorry, I'm like having a moment. What is the word for that in English? Like,
Colorigrafía. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm gonna investigate.
I like that word. I think you made it up, but I like it. It's
I
like,
always invent words. I don't know. I invented my own language, I think.
uh, yeah, I can't even guess what the word would be for that in English.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm gonna investigate and I'll let you know. So, yeah, I think it has changed a little bit in the color, but I think the theme it's always the same. You know, like my life and what I see in life, a little bit of order in chaos. I appreciate a lot of everyday life. You know, like I think life is an ongoing study. So I try to represent my life and what I see in others and in my environment, where I'm living and what I'm living in the moment. So it hasn't changed a lot, but I think that's the only thing I would say it has changed, the colors.
I appreciate that answer, and again, thank you for continuing to share your art and evolving as an artist, and yeah, and I think there's so much more colors for you to discover and to kind of express. So yeah, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
now one more thing I wanted to ask you about while we still have time is with your experience with the Musica Web3 community and the Nostalgia 2000 release, and if there's anything else in the works. Just kind of curious.
For sure, for sure. Música W3 is a community of independent musicians worldwide, but we try to concentrate our energy in the Spanish speakers mostly. So we try to empower musicians and artists from South America, especially. But you're all welcome. So if you want to join the community, just text me. We can talk about it a little bit more in depth, and you're all invited to be part of it. All right, so that's it. I'm a co-founder. We created the community like 3 years ago now, and it's what we do is that we bring resources and education for free to musicians to onboard them into Web3, to give them like new tools and new information so they can also share their music and their art in this kind of ecosystem. And I'm always trying to push the community to get more into Tezos. So we made we make collaborative drops every month. We stopped a little bit for this year because we're trying to reorganize and do other type of events. But we normally do collaborative drops every month between musicians and visual artists. So we drop one in Object. It's been like a month or two, and it was a total success. We even got to be on the front page of Object, so we're really happy and grateful for that. There was a bunch of artists, visual artists from the Tezos community. There's animations, GIF, and 3D art. And we, the musicians, it was like a free genre, open call. So there's all types of music like hip hop and pop music, R&B. Um, but it was all inspired by the nostalgia of the 2000s. So that was like the theme of this drop. I invite you all to check it out because there are still some songs and visual art that are available, and the music and the art is really amazing. So I invite you all to check it out. And if you want to participate, if you want to be part of these collaborative drops, you can join whenever you want. You're all invited into the community. We have a Telegram channel. We have here on X. We have also a chat, an open chat, so you can join. Yeah, that's what we do. We try to empower and give tools to musicians so they can, expand their vision and their art into the Web3 community and ecosystem.
Well, that's beautiful and absolutely appreciated. We need more and more and more of that. I think
Yes.
this could. I do want to give everybody one last opportunity. If anybody has any questions for Nana that wants to come up, now's the last call. We do have a outro song to also play for y'all that I think you're going to really enjoy. And this has just been an awesome space. Thank you so much. Been a great conversation. You speak incredible English. I don't want to hear you ever apologize for that again.
Okay, I have to practice a little bit more because I'm forgetting my words and my like flow in English. But thank you, I appreciate
What did I just say?
it. Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you guys so much. It's been a great space. We really appreciate every single one of you for being here. I see Dave, the picture artist down there. Appreciate you. The one hashbrown.tez down there, our lead commissioner for Teztones. Make sure to tune in, y'all. Teztones season 3 is live and kicking. We just put out a new article over on the Tezos Commons handle. And that's another thing that is really helping kind of bring life to the music community on Tezos. I really appreciate you guys. MB, thank you for being here. Findle, Ryan, of course, again with the stream inception. We need to visit and discuss that concept some more. Pretty freaking awesome. Blangs, we have Investor Felix here, Persian Echo, Retro Manny in the building, Lexi Hearts, Randall, AK Dell, Aria, Maxi. Wow, what a room. Strokes Driven. We got the Tezos Artist Network.
Oh,
Paramax,
wrapping up.
Red Alec, thank you for being here the whole show. Really appreciate you. And Gummy, LSD, and Tech Mental. And of course, Kryptonio, our co host. If you would like to take it away, we have an amazing outro song for you today. This is called La Luz by NinX and produced by Arbstein. And I will come back to you. We'll have a little mini discussion about the song after, and then we'll close out.
I got the chills and me, tú y yo solo somos freaky. She's in love, I go eating, pero que diga que sí. Como comida caliente, me la como, te vuelves agua, pues me la tomo. Me preguntas qué somos, baby, you know that it's true. I only want you. Yo dejo bien prendida la luz. You stay on my skin like a tattoo. Tu ropa all over my room, all over my room. Yo dejo bien prendida la luz. You on my skin like a tattoo. Y pasa la vida, yo no olvido aquel día. Sin invitación tú venías, aún recuerdo cómo tú me haces sentir. Tú me haces sentir. Baby, you know that it's true. I only want you. Yo dejo bien prendida la luz. You my skin like a tattoo. Tu ropa all over my room, all over my room. Quiero que entre la luz. You my skin.
Yes.
Really, really cool song. Really well produced. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Sure. Well, this song is called La Luz, the light. The producer is actually one of my friends. He's in Venezuela. and the artist is called Arbstein. This was a part of the collaborative drop for Música W3, and it makes part of the collection. And yeah, I
Oh,
made the. Yeah, tell me.
just to clarify then, the artist for the visual work was
Yeah.
Arbstein?
Yes, yes.
I read that wrong. Thank you for clarifying.
No, it's all right. Yeah, she made the art. She's an amazing Tezos artist, by the way. She's a 3D artist. She makes like alien flowers. Like that's how she describes it, and I think it resonated a lot with me. We made this match, so I think it came out perfectly. My song with her art. It's a perfect combo. I invite you to check it out and listen it to it good because I know X is not like the best for streaming music. So I invite you all to check it out for real. And it's a really simple song. It's a pop song, an R&B song that it's a little bit romantic. Like it speaks about the connection between two persons that like they blossom with the presence of each other, you know. So it's like they give each other light, and it's like they make their compliment. It's a really really cute song, a really beautiful song. I made the guitars myself. I have an acoustic guitar here with me, luckily, that my father gave me when I was a little bit more younger. So I really appreciate to be able to play my own instruments and to record my own music. I'm really grateful for that. And to just keep exploring and releasing music to you know to get better at it, to be a better songwriter, to be a better singer, to be a better artist also, and to collaborate with other artists, because sometimes I just want to make music or I just want to make the art, you know. So it's really great to be able to collaborate.
Forgive me for not knowing, but are you on a team for Teztone Season 3?
No,
No,
I'd love
okay.
to.
Well, then I think that I heard something about being able to invite guest artists this season. I need to verify. But if that is a thing, I think our team, Team Seed Phrase, would really potentially enjoy having you as a guest artist in some upcoming match. So I'll check in on that.
I'd love that for sure. Let me know and I'll be on it. I'll be on it for sure.
Sounds great. Well,
My
again, thank
pleasure.
you guys so much. This has been
Yeah,
such
they
a great
are.
chat. Thank you so much for giving us your time, Nina. It
They
was
are
amazing to hear
accepting
more about your
this.
story and your experiences with Tezos. I really appreciate every single one of you for being here with Tezos Commons for Artsy Friday. This has been another amazing space, and we will see you again next Friday, same time. Actually, not same time. Let me correct myself. Next Friday, we're switching it up and going 1 hour earlier. We'll make sure to post it so everybody knows, but just to
What?
say it out loud for everybody here that is usual attending, we're going to start an hour
That's
earlier
gonna
next week.
mess me up so
But thank you
bad.
guys so much. I hope you have an absolutely
Change.
incredible weekend.
Change is
Stay
bad.
artsy. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you everybody. Thank you Yoshi. Thank you Tessa's community. Love you all. Mwah.
Thank you.
Ah. Wow, that was fast. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I have trouble doing the emoji thing. Like I usually, it's like running in the background. So like, by the time I get around to it, I'm like, the moment has passed. So. That was nice. Yeah, it'd be like if she could get on the Teztones thing, that'd be pretty interesting. So yeah, if you didn't know, Teztones is actually another live stream. And it's like Iron Chef, but for music. So they like, hey, you have a limited amount of time to come up with a track, and then they kind of pit two teams against each other, and then then like people vote on who won, right? Subjective, right? Just like food, but they've been doing it for, this is their 3rd season. Here's some Fendo made this track, by the way. The guy we were like looking at earlier.
Welcome everybody to this 3rd preseason match of the Tezcon Athletics Premier League. We are currently here with Palomas y Piratas. Bienvenidos, welcome. How are you guys doing today? We got
fine.
Don Roberto, we got Thad Wenatchee, we have Lame Staley, and Kobe as some guest artists on their team. So thank you guys so much for jumping in today. Hope you guys are having a lovely day. And then we also have Seed Phrase here. We got Rocio, Milagro de Catamarca, Yoshi, and Neho out. How are you all doing this lovely morning?
Good.
Yay! Okay, so I do have to apologize. We have not very good themes because we haven't gotten themes yet from the fans. So they're just kind of the default ones on this theme wheel. They're not the best. We're going to get what we get, and we won't throw a fit, as my little sister's daycare used to say, for snack time. So, without further ado, to spin this theme wheel, it's spinning now. Our theme we're going to get is... Oh, that's so lucky. Fire. It was almost food. We just barely dodged food and got fire.
What the hell?
Okay, so that is our theme.
That's
I'm
not
about
a
to
spin.
start the clock. We have 90 minutes for each team. I know you're all pretty aware of what this is. So without further ado, it is now started. Good luck and Godspeed to both teams, and I will see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Woo!
Nice.
Wow.
Well,
We
nice.
have fire.
So that's the gist of it, you know.
No, 72.
And
Listo.
You can see it's very long, right? But they spend that much time making a track.
Y lo que pone
Seems like they might not be able to hear me. We can hear
And, you know,
a
there's
restriction
kinda
like that, or just
commentary going
yeah. I have a
throughout.
laser engraving machine, so I don't know if I probably have some somewhere that I can't. They sent me a
Oh,
final
but see, this,
file.
we're a sponsor.
Okay,
We
I believe it's
sponsor-
done. Okay, so I'm gonna go check in on them. If this is done, I will
Okay.
download it, watch it, and then interview them a little bit, and then we can jump back over here, watch your piece, and check in with you guys.
Okay, nice.
Wonderful. I will see you,
you.
very soon. Yep.
So if you're interested in sponsoring
Mute
this
here.
event,
Let's
they
check
do
to
have
the other
a,
team.
um,
Boom, boom.
I believe it's done. Okay, so I'm gonna go check in on
Oh,
them.
I can
If
hear
this
you
is
hear
done,
me.
I will download it,
Ahí
watch
está.
it,
Ah,
and then interview them a
Do
little
you
bit.
hear?
And then we
Wait,
can
wrong
jump back
time.
over here, watch
Wrong
your
team.
piece.
Really
and check
beautiful,
guys.
guys.
I can hear you hear me.
Yes.
We're on stream.
Hey.
I think your piece is done.
you can check it out.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna check this out, download it so we can watch it.
And at the end, you get a piece of music you can listen
Export
to.
is at.
Where is it?
I'm gonna go check in on the coming on this. Oh, it's you the like it's okay.
Oh,
How
guess
we ended
I
this-
guess they posted it separately. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but. So it's in there somewhere. Could probably listen to one. Yeah, let's see. So the theme was food, right?
Microplastics in your food. Microplastics in your soul. Microplastics in your food. Microplastics in your soul.
They're using AI generated art.
Microplastics in your food. Microplastics in your soul.
Oh man, that does a kick to it.
Microplastics in your soul.
I'm feeling that beat in my brain right now.
Microplastics in your food. Microplastics in your soul. Microplastics in your food. Microplastics in your soul. Microplastics in your
mean, not bad for a few hours, right? Dang. So the interesting about this artist is that I noticed when I translated this from Spanish to English, has created her art, but down here it says he, so I was like confused about the gender of this person. But I think it has to do with a lot of the, you know, like the translations doesn't always go through, you know, with yeah, I don't know Spanish, so I don't know how they did this, but there's a lot of masculine and like feminine, what's the word, you know, in the language itself, right? So oh, but anyway, hope they can work something out. Should be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna be going back to the app because I gotta get on this. Okay, random. That piano. It's like melting in your ears. Yeah, I'll add that to my favorites. I'm gonna try to. I need to test the minting thing, so I need to like. I need to just add a bunch of tracks to a playlist, but you know I want it to be like good stuff, right? So. I'm testing the stability of the player too. And it takes forever because you don't know what's gonna break, you know, and like it's like unlike visuals, you don't have that. You gotta sit through it. That's why nobody wants to make a music yet. Sadly. Background for now while I do other stuff, but I definitely cannot play this because this will get flagged. If it's on Bandcamp, it's a good chance they got copyrighted. So unfortunately, there is only some kind of system, you know, some kind of thing where you can register copyright and use it, you know, for whatever you want with the artist's permission.
You left so fast the other day.
If only there was some kind of thing.
Sorry. For everything.
on the blockchain where you can register your songs and give people permission to, like, for example, a right to broadcast allowed. Oh, wait, look. Oh, I should probably... I don't know, the people complaining that they want dark mode, so maybe I should fix this, huh? I did it for the rush, but I feel like, I don't know, the legal parts should be like... Cause you know, if this was a document that's printed out, like, it wouldn't be black because that would waste way too much ink. So, I don't know. I'll wait until someone complains. Don't stall. Don't stall. Okay. It's still going. Okay, so how do I get out of here? There we go. Community. Oh, I gotta do this. There's so much. So are we oops. Are we live? Ah, crap. I don't want to do this right now. Tezcon Seattle. We can just look. Yeah, we don't have to log in. Streaming, just chatting. So, I mean, that's what we're doing. Wow, we already have 14 followers? I mean, streamception, but... I guess we should add more stuff here, huh? Oh, yeah, hasn't been updated. Oh, you gotta log in. No. I do it later. Oh, man. The world is such a mess, man. All this stuff. People just can't get along, you know. Oh, yeah, I did want to talk about one thing, though. Sure, I'll add this. So yeah, we'll get like a collection of tracks, and then we'll test the preview, and then mint it. We mint it. Oh man, this is really. I mean, Joe did a really good job with this. Like, that's our dev. I guess he's not our dev. I mean, he's a dev, but he's also my co-founder now. So. But, hey, look at this. So, it's weird that they call it Gen Z activists. Like, it's like, oh, the kids these days use Discord to overthrow the government, and they use the Discord vote to elect the next prime minister. Wow. Those darn kids. No, but this is like super serious, you know, like it was not a peaceful transition, let's just say. So yeah, it's crazy. But this gives some hope to especially us Taya folks who've been running our nonprofit on Discord for like 3 years now, you know. So if something like this can be done, I mean, you know, I feel like running a nonprofit is a lot easier than overthrowing the existing government, you know. It's slightly less difficult. So I don't know, I'm hoping people will see that. Oh man, this music's putting me in a weird mood. It's the void box. Staring into the void. Okay, let's stare at something else. Untitled by Anonymous. Just like the old days, when they had no idea who wrote the music to what, because back then people had a less of an ego, you know. They didn't need to be recognized, or maybe someone just took it, but no. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to fix this. Yeah, hold on. Okay. I have a purpose now. So this thing actually pulls the color from the image and then injects it into the coloring scheme of the site, you know? And I don't know, I figured out how to do that a couple years ago, and I was so proud of myself, but the problem is sometimes the color doesn't layer properly with the right, like if it's a white text and then the image is a bunch of white, then it kind of blurs it out a bit. So I just need to add a little bit of something. It shouldn't be that hard. Playlist item. Playlist item H1 something. Oh no, that's the wrong. This is it. Let's just see if it responds. No, that didn't work. Playlist item. Oh, playlist item title. this should work. Hey, what? Oh, I'm in the wrong. Yeah, I forgot. We're not using this anymore. It's here. Oh yeah, there we go. Color. Yeah. So if I make it green, it should turn green. No. Playlist item info. Oh, things got changed around. Hey, come on, man. What the hell? Oh, wait. This is the wrong one, too. Jesus. Yeah, it's global audio player, not... Okay, finally. Okay, so... That's fine. However, J Burn.
Take a breath, wonder what it is we have accomplished in the centuries we lived here and prospered. Is it anything, or is the definition of progress but a product of profits? Profit? Surely not. Then around us everybody hates themselves, but they found a bunch of aliens and sound that nobody hears about. Cause it's self-doubt and found doubt and doubt for what's now mountains that we climb just endlessly, push up into the clouds. I should've put the gun to your head when I had the fucking chance. I should've put the gun up, but now the cluster's fucked. Bring dusted nuts.
Playlist item title.
Divide and trust. Cause really man, it's love that's the savior. It makes us brave enough to simply get on up and say it. To stay straight from your
That's not even really working.
Praying for a better tomorrow while I'm fucking with today. J letter, progenitor of descent and heretic. Narrower than your M&M's, clearer than your Percocets. Correction is a bitch, I know but shit, that's the imperative. Just waking up every day with a smile on your face, not tired. Inspired yourself, I aspired my health was paramount. Though I may be circled some, you never saw the blacking out. And all of this I earned for fucking serving more than handed down. And yeah, I've seen perversion, but the fact here is I'm back in now. So doubt the only prison was a fracture in the lax brow. Tax circuits and no matter put the fucking packed falls. So I gather a more manner of mishap than the fucking walking disaster often painted as. Oh yeah. So put your hands in the air. For everybody everywhere. Getting declined healthcare, even though it's they who grind us to tears every year. Be a gear no more.
In her book, Negotiating with the Dead, Margaret Atwood pretty much.
And sometimes you just have these
the
texts,
urge to create and
spoken word.
She's talking about the urge to write. The urge to create is a response to a fear of death. So today I want to talk just briefly about the creative urge. So, do you ever have the urge to make stuff?
Yes,
Just
I
create
do.
something? All
Sometimes
good
it's a
art,
problem.
according to the common wisdom, is supposed to be deep and meaningful. I had a creative writing class a few years ago, and a few years ago, it was probably 25 years ago. I'm not good with time. Anyway, I had a creative writing class back then that was talking about how to write poetry, and it said, you know, there is real poetry, and then there's garbage. And I thought, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, because that's not what creativity is. Creativity isn't teaching somebody something, that's teaching. Creativity isn't expressing some deep edges of the universe. No. I mean, if that's what your creative urges are, sure, but that's not what all of them are. My urge to make stuff seems to be about just this weird, wicked, crazy, I don't know, nervous, twitchy, overpowering compulsion to do something. Probably lean a little closer to the Margaret Atwood take. Just the idea that since I'm here, and since I'm
I wish
still
more
kicking,
people would
I
have
might as
that
well
twitchy urge
kick in
to
a creative way.
solve
Write
problems
something, draw something, sing, build,
in the real world. You
fold,
know what I mean?
make connections. My whole being has to be on the go at all times. Just go, 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 go. That's why I have a real hard time sleeping. And
So that adds a little bit of
a whole bunch of medication
shadow
prescribed
behind
for me
it. So
for
even if it's
everything
white
from
on white,
high
you
blood
should be able
pressure
to see it
depression
at least a
and
little bit.
anxiety and all that other fun stuff. So
Yeah,
now that I have
that helps a
handfuls
bit,
of pills,
doesn't it?
plus
What I'm worried is it'll
calming, zeroing out psychonautics type stuff.
Oh, sorry.
You read about when you're
worried it's gonna mess up. Nah, I mean there's a black shadow here already, so it might be okay.
and my head hurts when I don't make stuff. So that's what I do. I create all the time. It's not even a question of whether I'm making something specific. It almost never is. And I'm not the only person like this. I remember Juan Miró. I read a biography of Juan Miró, and he doesn't start with an idea. He just drew. And that's just the way I do it. You know, my notebooks are just full. My notebooks going all the way back to when I was 7 are just me looking around and writing stuff down and drawing a scribble, and that's just what it is. And then one day I decided I'm gonna share that stuff with people. Might have been in the late 80s when I discovered zines. So I remember back when I was still in high school, I made a zine. It was like a 15-page photocopied, stapled together thing called The Green Book, and it was just all short stories.
Does that do anything?
At the time, I thought it was very deep and exciting, and if I still had a copy of it, and I probably don't anymore, I would probably be embarrassed by how bad the writing is. Because it's one of the things, when you're young, you have exuberance and energy, but you don't have technique or refinement or the ability to discern when something's good or not. And that's what I would kind of like to get back to, is just this idea of just make it because you want to make it. Make it because it's fun. Make it because, you know, in my case, I can't not make it. I'm just making it. Like this thing. I just made it. See what I'm saying? Oh, thanks for stopping by. We'll have more exciting topics coming up soon. I was thinking about doing one on what is publishing, and I was thinking about doing another one on a different topic. I was
need that in
trying to
case
think of these
the
things while I was
text
driving
gets
around
too long.
taking my grandkid to school, and now I've forgotten. I should have wrote them down. That's part of the reason that I write everything down. I have no memory whatsoever. So I did want to do one on publishing, and I wanted to do one on,
Let's just
computer
make
art,
it
AI, all that fun stuff. A discussion with myself about those concepts, because they seem to really upset some people. And I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about that some other time. For right now, just go draw a stupid picture. And if it's really bad, then think about how funny it is that it's that bad. If it's really good, think, oh well, I accidentally drew something commercial. I didn't mean to. and then work on it next time to make sure it's not that good. All right, thanks for stopping by. Bye.
He's an interesting guy. Oh my god. Now for something completely different. Ooh. That is loud. Yeah, most of the time it's not that bad because it kind of fades. So I just need a little, maybe just that little is enough. I need to get the second thing. H2. Can I just move this up here? Yep, that works too. Maybe a little bit on this. Playlist item active. Playlist item. Oh, wait, there it is. Actually. Put this here. This here. Not this. There. So subtle, but two better. Two's better. This one can be more because like bigger. Oh man, these tracks are a bit heavy. Add. You kind of gotta be in the right mood for that kind of thing, All right, this is like good enough. Active track styling. Still pushing to main, huh? The thing about streaming on hey, someone's watching on Twitch. Thing about streaming on X is that I can't believe I just called it X. It's Twitter, okay? Streaming on Twitter is weird because in the past, when I go on Twitter, it shows that, oh, I had like 78 viewers, or, you know, but it doesn't show up here. It used to, but I feel like it got closed off somehow, you know. I think Mr. You-know-who pissed off too many people, and they're like, no, we're cutting him off. You know, fuck that guy. That's just kind of what he does, you know? He okay, the styling doesn't show up here. This is a really early track from the early Kickin' days. I gotta add that. So early that it doesn't even have a cover image. So yeah, why would you put a image on audio, you know? Music is for listening, not looking. Yeah, I guess people complain, and so they, it was probably Raphael that added it, I mean, honestly. Hey, I'm getting a phone call from a telemarketer. Look. Do I have any personal info on here? No, but it literally says telemarketer. Like, oh, okay, great. I'm gonna ignore it. Awesome. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's annoying. They always like spoof your like area code. Gotta say, the app is running a lot more smoother. Before, when I click stuff around, it would like glitch out or, you know, do something weird, but not anymore. Wow. Okay, I don't need two Twitter anymore. I have one that's off screen for like DMs and such, but oh man. Throat was not ready for this. Oh, I gotta get back. We gotta get back into talking all day again. Okay, gotta reset some settings. I don't know if anyone's even there, but I restart the stream.